Hello, everyone. Jason and Ronnie here.
We're live.
Live in Austin. I'm just going to queue up a clip right now, and then we'll be right back. Hello, everyone. Jason and Ronnie here.
We're live.
Live in Austin. I'm just going to queue up a clip right now. I see what's going on now. No. Sorry, everyone.
He's got it.
He's got it. How do you know he's got it?
He's got it.
What? Come on, move. What's that supposed to mean?
What's that supposed to mean?
He's offering him a draw.
I'm offering you a draw. Draw? You've got to be kidding. You've lost. You just don't know it. I've lost. Look at the board. I have. Take the draw, and I'll share the championship. Take the draw. Move. Check. Good game.
Hello.
Good game, Team Satan. Good game. But unfortunately, it's over. Hello from the 30th latitude.
Oh.
The SKEPTIC.
Yeah, so this Dexic has out a new video as well.
So we had queued up.
Yeah. But I just wanted to sort of say welcome.
Yes. Look out. We're coming. This is we offered a draw. Team Satan, take the draw. Take the draw. Or what do we're gonna cut all ties, call it even. See if people want to start preaching the truth and stop making hate videos.
Yeah, so I mean, we've been calling out what we consider to be lies all along, and you know, for doing that, we get these hit pieces made about us that are nothing but ad hominem attacks that actually don't go into any of the material that we're talking about as far as the ways that the popular flat earth model is impossible, the things that we can see that are visible proofs that we're in a simulation. And all we've been doing is just trying to spread that truth, but we're getting hated on for it. And so that clip that we just watched, searching for Bobby Fischer, I'm not a movie buff, but I did see that movie. I grew up playing chess, and
Yeah, I like it too.
yeah, Ronnie plays it too. It's a great game. I get a little bored with it. I like speed chess. I like having the clock on. And well, I never became a master of chess and don't, you know, all know the different named strategies and all that kind of stuff. I was in middle school the chess champion 3 years in a row for speed chess.
That's good.
Yeah,
Chess is good.
for speed chess. I would get beat in the longer games because I get a little bored.
Yeah. It's a relative topic, strategy and what's been going on.
Yeah. So we believe, we know the evidence is out there that we're in a simulation, and so looking at games like chess, you can pull a lot of analogies and
Similarities,
tactics,
tactics, strategy.
Mm-hmm. And so I do identify with this video very much that before I came out on YouTube, before I had ever published a video, I've said this for a long time, I knew that I was in a simulation.
Yep, I can witness that. I didn't. I thought about it though, but not to the extent that you did.
Yeah, well, I learned it through that path, the non-duality path. It became clear to me. So the light came on at that point when I was still mixed up in Eastern religions,
yeah,
and stuff like that, before I had fully returned to Christianity.
That is.
But the path brought me back. Brought me back to true Christianity was the fact that all of a sudden it came out that the Earth is flat, and I'm like, holy cow, it's true. Earth is flat. I could see it pretty quick after looking at a couple videos, and right away I started going into consequences of that. Like, what does this all mean? So having grown up a Christian, you know, Jehovah's Witness, knowing the Bible really well, all of a sudden, click, the Bible, vindicated. It's true. It stood in the face of science, you know, and skeptics
stood in the face for however long it's been.
Yeah.
Well, and all roads lead back to it.
It's true.
Whether you go from Catholic, a Jesuit, a Christian, a Jehovah's Witness, a Freemason, what are the other practicing? New Age spiritualist.
Yeah. Well, even a lot of so-called Christians are caught up in, you know, something that some 501c3 is promoting that isn't the true Christianity that you'll find in scripture.
They don't preach the Bible. They preach like how do you call it?
Prosperity, and
they pick and choose certain phrases and quotes, and they don't talk about the negative sides. It's been everyone's scared of the fact that, you know what, it's true. How can you not?
It's there. People just don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
So the reason why I bring this up again is I knew I was in a simulation, and I've always been a strategy game player. In board games, you know, chess and any strategic game. I didn't like the ones that went to chance too much. I wanted raw, mano-a-mano, head-to-head strategy where there wasn't any ganging up and stuff like that, because I would usually be the one that they would want to gang up against. So I'm like, okay, I can beat you one-on-one, maybe, you know, 1-on-2, but when all of a sudden, you know, you're in a game of Risk or something like that, and you got 6 players, and all 5 of them want you done, there's not much you can do about it.
You're done. It's just not fair. We're about fair play.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that we don't see too many. Like, we'll hear constantly other YouTube channels and Flat Earth channels, you know, talking about material that we cover, but they won't talk about us, or, ooh, they preach the Bible. They're too biblical for me. Don't they know that even that's a lie, right? Everything's a lie, right? No, it's not.
There is truth to be found out there. Not everything is a lie. There is anything that exists that has a tangible reality to, you know, this, it's true. This exists. I'm holding it. It's, you know, a mouse. I can move it around. That's true. To say it was not that, it's empty. It has no, it doesn't exist. Lies are empty. Lies are void of truth. They do not have a reality to them.
When you have the most popular channels, they promote fake lies.
Fake lies.
Not flat Earth, fake lies.
Can you expound on, I want to maybe meme this up and just go full bore with exposing what the game inside the game is. And Ronnie just said it. He's the one that used the term first, and so
Fake lies. It's someone comes onto YouTube and they say they're a flat earther, but yet they show you nine months of globe proofs or globe theory. They don't talk about flat Earth, so we call that fake lies, right? They're lying to you, and they're fake, right? They're doing both things, and that is what we see. If you want to screen share, you could do the pop out. That's the best way. The 3 dots.
okay.
On the chat. That's how I do it. And then I screen share. We're just getting things set up.
Yeah, so this is a totally brand new setup here. Ronnie and I being able to work together.
You can close that down if you want to save the bandwidth. Yeah, you don't need to keep then you
Screen share.
and then we can both see the chat and say hi to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are going to be filming the eclipse and many other things. We're going to be doing lots of stuff. What we don't want to be doing is wasting your time. We're not here to waste time. We're here to find truth. Right? Got to put our camera on. I don't think it's live.
Is that's probably what they're seeing right there.
Oh yeah, no, I meant I put ours on.
Oh, okay.
So we can check the delay.
How do we do this?
Just make that one bigger. You can close the main page. That's what I do. Yeah, this is our first live together. We are proof that flat Earth friendships are real. Well, we're not just flat Earth. We're Christianity simulation realists. Really.
Well, we're on a really finely tuned path.
The direct path.
The direct path.
Like the eclipse coming up on August 21st. We will be in the direct path.
Oh, I love it.
And has anyone in the chat seen any other flat earthers talking about the eclipse besides maybe probably Russian vids or Dabu77? He's not a flat earther, but
Well, I think after our last hangout, I have noticed that all of a sudden people are talking. I think Mark Sargent maybe put one out right afterwards.
did he?
I think so.
Well, they're going to get the word spread. It's 20-something days, 25 days, 24 days.
And I do have to say that the video that I saw, I think it was Mark Sargent. Don't check, but I thought it was pretty good material for people to pay attention to the problems as far as how that does not work in the globe. So if you have globe-believing friends, all right, draw attention to the eclipse coming up and how it does not work on a globe. In fact, in the model that they show, you know what is really interesting? They have
We should watch it.
They have the Earth spinning the wrong direction.
Yeah, well, because the shadow goes like a lens flare.
Yeah.
It's the opposite perspective as the actual, but it doesn't work.
It's a lens flare.
It's a lens flare.
It's a lens flare.
It doesn't work over a flat plane.
All right, there you go.
Or it only works on a flat plane. It doesn't work with a spinning ball. Like the it still has to be modeled. I don't want to.
Yeah, there you go, everybody. I think we just broke that what we are witnessing in the eclipse is a lens flare.
Basically,
A lens flare.
like a fancy. Set it up in your editing program. Choose where the lens flare goes.
Yeah, and that alignment
So
is a
it'd be
lens flare.
The rendering of the moon in front of the sun creates instead of it being a shadow, it's you have that picture of the eclipse shadow, so it'll be the eclipse picture itself as the shadow instead of the light shadowing down
So
the
here's
earth.
they do talk about a bright flash or something, right? So do you think you can get nailed by the lens flare dead on? Is that what they're talking about?
I don't buy it. I was staring at the sun today in Austin, Texas here, and I was staring right at it, and I'm not blind, and they're going to put something in front of it and make it less bright. If someone could please help me out in the research, does the moon magnify the sun's light?
Well, we're talking
And
about
block it at the same time.
magnify and block it. And the stars come out at the same time.
And the stars. So if it's so bright, and you can take your glasses off for the. I guess it's when it starts to lens flare, or when it.
And it goes past that totality.
It is going to be interesting, just the whole way. So it goes backwards, right? So the moon is, and this is how they've gotten away with trying to say that the moon spins the opposite direction around the earth, because that's what they say. If anyone else doesn't know that out there, the globe earth demands that the moon is going backwards, right? But it doesn't, because the earth's spin is relative to the moon's counteractive. If you want to get that information,
NASA's got it all modeled.
Yeah, I was going to say John the Morgul's done about 25, 30 hours of globe bashing. I don't want to really drag people there because it's not right. But yeah, it doesn't work. But the lens flare thing, that is just such a simple way. If you take a flashlight, you can almost you can't mimic it though, because I'm saying it's the shadow.
But we know that there's something more strange going on, because like I've said this before, and other people that film with the P900, when you're zoomed out, full focal length, when you're tracking either the sun or the moon on a tripod, you're always moving with it.
Always, yeah.
Always. And so if you think about the path of the sun, the movement, the direction that it's moving, and then you see the path of the moon coming in and it's moving, from what I understand, when they lock up, it stays like that in the United States. This one's going to be like 2 minutes 41 seconds that they stay.
So as the sun overlaps the moon, it basically starts like the shadows. As we see the sun rise from the east and the shadows go to the west, it's the same thing with the lens flare with the moon. It starts from the west. It's going to come cut across Oregon, and make its way down south, because the path, the sinusoidal path of the sun and the moon and the ecliptic, is, we can clearly see it traces that arc, that sine wave, which you can also do by setting up a stick in the ground, a piece of paper, and mark the shadow every hour, and you'll have that again, that same path.
Let's
path of totality.
Let's do that out in the yard. We'll record that. We'll show everybody what that path looks like.
Easy.
Now that Ronnie and I are able to work together, we're going to be able to make tons and tons of.
Being so close to the equator now, I guess for me, July 26, 2017, it won't have as much arc, because I'm used to being at 46 degrees north. And the person Matrix Decode, he was pretty parallel. In Spain, I think he was maybe 44 or 43 degrees.
Oh, I gotcha.
Which is weird, because in Spain, it's almost like Texas. It's not as hot.
Yeah.
But he was almost supposedly at the same latitude as I was in Ontario.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
It never did. But he did the experiment and you did a valiant job. You just got to set up your east-west. You can sight the North Star. You want to get your north-south, your prime meridian, and you set it up, and it's really easy. You need like a small shadow. What do they call it? A gnome? Whatever, a stick, and a piece of paper and a pencil. And it is a good experiment, and it shows. It completely destroys every map and model except for the oblique Mercator projection.
And don't you think that if a simple stick and shadow experiment that everybody can do in the backyard would debunk the map that we've been promoting for how long now?
There'd be 100 videos.
100, there are 1,000. Like, and then it'd be like become the only video that they make after that. Like,
yeah, well, we haven't had not one. So I put out that video about shill stoppers, exposing his symbolism or whatever I saw. People can use their own discretion, him not being a Christian. And the craziest thing is the way that these channels. So I exposed the fact that Yahushua is not Yoshi, and the name is Sanskrit, Paleo Ancient, the most ancient Hebrew language, or a spoken, written language on Earth. And not one comment has, yeah, it's hot. I got to get used to it. It's good, though. I need to lose the weight. But there's not one. I don't have one debunk. Oh, no, that's definitely not Hebrew. I don't have one Hebrew person. I don't have anybody debunking me. Hebrew people say alphabet, but they have a different way of saying it. It's totally phonetically changed now. They put points and vowels. They have I-E,
the Masoretic. And
the same as English, but in Hebrew.
Yeah.
Whereas the original was just ah, ba, ga, da. There was no, and then there was an I, and a taza, and a ka. There was no other sounds. It was so simple the way that they wrote the language.
So simple.
And beautiful. Just a easier language. It would be so much easier to communicate with people without having so many satanic agendas with the language. Now, I haven't had one person comment negatively. I really haven't had too many comments on it any direction. And I don't really care if one person saw that video and they learned something from it. That's all I need to do.
Yeah, well, the videos that I my first "What is the true name of the creator" video
was a great video.
There was a lot of people in the comments that got it, that understood.
Where did they go?
I don't know. Where did they go?
It's so weird. It's almost like Mark
like,
Sargent puts us in a pen and we 10 people get to see, and then he shuts it off. I don't know who's doing it. I don't know if it's Mark. I don't know who, but right? I don't know what it is.
No, it's weird though. It's weird.
And today was hot though. It was a hot day today. Nice river. This is a really nice place. It is coming from the north. It's something I've never experienced before. And the sky is just everywhere. Big sky.
Big sky.
Big sky. Just, it's forever. And it's not like that. That's why I'm starting to think there's some sort of a pyramid projection type, like the way if you make a hologram, you got to put the four sides like that, and you sit that on a plane, and then you can actually have a three-dimensional image appear, and you put the four images on the you can put it on your TV, on a cell phone, just put it on like that.
Yeah.
And you put the cone, it's a reverse triangle. And I'm really starting to think the way that the sky does work, it almost like the sky is, maybe there's a projector, or the way out of the simulation is somehow orientated like that. Because, not really any models besides the one that we've put together. And I'm trying to think. The globe model, not really. Because their model explains, they're quadrillion light years away.
Right.
So they don't move. Whereas that's not a valid answer scientifically. You can't observe something not moving. If it's not moving, it's not moving.
Well, and we also have talked about how with the motions that they describe as far as the Earth spinning and going through the solar system and the galaxy and the universe, that we wouldn't get the star trails in
No.
the north, or hold on, everybody, or the south. Okay,
No,
because
definitely
there are star trails in the north, and my first ring, the south.
take the draw.
Ding,
Take the
ding,
draw.
ding, ding, ding.
I still think that everyone should take the draw. Hey, listen, we are saying, I'm saying, I'm not going to speak for you, but I know we basically share a lot of the similar ideas. We're done with we're not going to waste any more time calling out the liars. And it's sad because a good shepherd takes care of his flock.
Yeah.
But I'm at the point now where I don't know if it's valuable for us to be, because it doesn't seem to be having any impact. I'd like to see more people questioning the truth that they're the fake lies, hashtag fake lies, because that's what we have on YouTube. So the movement that was created in the flat earth, we were discussing this today. I'm starting to think that, other than the Bible, I don't think flat earth has been, I don't believe that Samuel Robotham was alive and a real person. I think it is a concoction of a sophisticated network that released the flat earth truth, because I feel that the spirit was bringing it forth. So what they try to do is they try to mimic. So they mimetic, they come up with memes, and then they counter steer. So they tell you the earth is flat, which is true. Ring the bell. I won't do it now, but then they tell you an impossible way that the earth could be flat, that it's an infinite flat earth and there's no creator. Because they know that when people realize the earth is flat, there is a creator, and there's a given boundary to a day.
Yeah.
It's not an infinite day. And that's what they do. They copy, they meme, and then they missteer. Not mister, but missteer.
Right.
And you know what? Like I said to you today, it's sad because as a flat earther and someone who watches content, Pat Steer and Mark Sargent have been the most steady proponents, even though I'd like to see Patricia Steer's Hot Potatoes shows. If she should have interviewed you and had all of your diagrams and all your models, just like she tried to interview me, but I got DLDS attacked like 5 times. But she should do more flat earth. If she's the spokeswoman, the flat earth interviewer, why doesn't she interview Jason and other, well, there aren't too many other strong proponents of a different model. Why does everyone need an AE fake map?
Why? It doesn't work. Why are we hanging on to it?
It's like people are so attached to it. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah. So that takes me to another thing I would like to share. Let's watch this. And thank you so much, Liz Dexic.
Yeah. 67, he's obviously blocked. You are censored, buddy. Sorry. You are in our club, Liz. You are in a club of maybe 4.
Yeah.
Me, you, Enslaved by Media, and Liz Dexic.
Flat Earth photography.
He does get good views.
Yeah.
But he does good tagging and he has good content. He's an excellent photographer.
Yeah.
He does tutorial videos, even though you shouldn't really buy parts for your P900 that aren't. But you did, right? You bought a battery pack that wasn't a Canon.
Right.
I just don't want anyone to wreck their equipment and then say it was the Hawashai team that told them to do that. But I do love Mike's work. I do. He's one of the best flatter. And Liz Dexic. This guy needs 100,000 subs.
Yeah. Well, he's got footage here, and what it clearly shows is that the popular AE model, the footage that you've seen shown by these popular flat earth channels, that it's CGI. It's made up. If you want to see what it looks like for real, here we go.
really is. Clear.
Sounds into that. Just wait, this could be down here.
That should be blurred out by the composite. Capacitor setting.
The brightness of the sun is just shining through those clouds right now.
Let me get the capacitor set right here. Hold on.
The compensator.
Compensator. Like a roll. Compensator. Sorry. It's like, look at that. Beautiful.
Does that look like it's spinning off into the distance?
Right on. Setting it in here. Rise and success.
I think this is in Australia. This section, right?
Yeah, so this is cool.
No, I think it's in Australia. So that's the reason why it's setting. Moving
Yes.
here.
Right to left.
So this is the sun's supposed to be up here, the Tropic of Cancer.
It's not shrinking.
Not shrinking.
It is disappearing though.
Oh, just wait. We'll see what it looks like when it disappears.
And it's not 250 miles away. It's maybe right there.
Right there. Wait until he zooms in on it a little further.
Can zoom in more?
Oh yeah.
What a nice shot. It's a mushroom cloud, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry.
Look at that head.
Reminiscence of the thunder. Let's take the draw and
So everybody, this is what a real sunset looks like.
wow. That's Texas, man.
Is that huge?
Amazing. This guy's got such talent.
But he's out there doing it.
Better not turn it into a game of ice. Liz, you gotta come on. We have to have you on. Speak English now. We'll get a translator.
I think he's
All our Polish.
no, he's Australia.
Is he?
Hey, he's going, the sun's going on right to left.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you're thinking of Maui Job.
Green flash.
Look at that.
Green flash is awesome. Wow. You know, I don't mind not being the guy that I like to throw the football, snap to myself, run down, catch it, backflip into the end zone, do my own dance. But I think having a team,
Yeah.
Liz Dexick, Enslaved by Media, teams, Mike, Flat Earth Photography, that is what I'm into because I think it's more enjoyable to see other people do that. I don't want to film that all the time. Beautiful work, Liz. Just amazing. You're blessed, whether you know it or not, or the one to believe it.
Trying to find where the chat would be on this one.
I'm a little jet lagged today, too, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm smoking. Oh. Yahushai returns. See, it's great, too, the name Yahushai, because it means delivered, savior, salvation, exists. He exists. Like everything that Jaron, who I wish would just take the draw, denies, that one name. Yahushai, it says it all. I exist and I save. And I'm here. Right? There's no getting around it.
Well, the reason why the people that are against us should take the draw is because long before long before it was all figured out. It was all rendered. It was all realized. The thought,
The cash.
yeah, the whole plan, the whole strategy had already been walked through in a way that it's a sure victory.
It's almost like the fact that the lens flare of the eclipse happens to go, the shadow moves backwards across the earth, but we know the moon and the sun are going forwards.
Mhm.
It's this, he knew the truth from the end, from the beginning, right? And we can't disprove it. We've tried. We're not, we don't want to say, I don't want to be out here preaching something that I don't have facts for.
Yeah.
It's not, it has no power, no weight.
Well, and you would be quickly torn to shreds here on YouTube, like quickly.
What?
Like, because somebody would make a video that shows that you're wrong, and
No, they just cut my voice together and ad hominem attack. And you too. We've been, the clown meme that's redundantly expressed is so ridiculous. Like, okay,
it's so MK Ultra. It's
I look like a clown. Okay, well, you can't disprove anything that I say. Game over. Just take the draw.
so I look like a clown.
Like, we're just normal people. And if I'm wrong, like I said to you earlier, we were in the river. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if all these people that deny the creator's name, if I'm right, who's in trouble? I'm not. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Am I going to be Satan's bitch? Pardon my language? Because I believed in the creator. If Satan's real, then the creator's real, and I'll be right. So it's a win-win situation. It's like a 3 wins. It's like truth and Christianity. It's like, instead of fake lies, I'm trying to think of.
Truth and Christianity are synonyms. They're the same thing. Yahushai was
A truth.
truth.
Yeah,
Truth.
that's what he was. He walked and spoke.
He wasn't a liar. He didn't lie, deceive. He didn't cheat, steal. He spoke the truth. And the thing is when you realize in a simulation how the truth is what renders. Lies don't render because they don't have anything to render from. They're empty.
And the liars become desperate repute. So they become
disrepute.
They become meaningless, worthless, a waste of time. That's what we're trying to not work again, like not happen.
Yeah. And so once the truth is shared, once it's spread, it can never be invalidated. You can't get rid of it. And so I knew that going into this, and Ronnie has been out here fighting for the truth harder than anybody else.
What?
Anybody else. And so the two of us together, you see this? The two of us together have our rendering power, our rendering capacity quadrupled,
Infinitized or something.
and so we can spread the truth far and wide quite easily, and this is what we enjoy doing. Like we self-fund this.
Yeah, we don't.
This is our vacation. This is what we do for fun.
It's well, and
It's our joy to
Yeah.
share the truth. I mean, that's the thing. Like I don't understand. There's nobody else out there where I don't see the joy in them that they could have, that we have. Because they're not true. Yeah. This
there's a level of like appreciation or acceptance. Like, you know how people say, you know, I know the earth is flat, I sleep well at night, you know, that common joke.
yeah.
Well, if you know that the creator's real, you're going to sleep good for eternity, right? It's like it amplifies. But I don't get why people are so afraid. Do you think it's because past mistakes and sins? Like, we both sinned, Like I've done drugs before. I'm not Mr. Perfect.
Oh,
I had a child out of wedlock. I wasn't married. I'm far from perfect.
oh, my background is far from spotless.
I don't have anything to hide, though. That's why we're out here with our real names right there.
Yeah.
And we don't hide our face. And I'm just not sick of, but I wish we'd have more support and more truth seekers out here, not fake lies.
Where are they?
Where are the real truthers? And where are the Asians, Spanish, there's so many denominations.
Blacks.
I don't know too many Black Hebrews or a regular. Nobody is joining this movement with us. Nobody. And it's sure you can clip that cut out and say that we're doing something wrong. But we haven't been disproved on anything we've said. not a once has anyone disproved one word. So it's not about.
Well, and we're taking the direct path, which is very clear and simple. Okay, we stand on these simple truths. I feel like I just started a speech in a Congress or something. We stand on these simple truths that the Earth is flat. It is a plane. Okay, we're not on a spinning ball. The popular flat Earth model is not the correct model whatsoever, and that is obvious in so many different ways. Okay. When you know that the Earth is flat and you look up, you should know that you're in a simulation. The sun is above you, and chances are you are not in the tropics. Chances are you're probably even north of 30 degrees. I'm at 30 degrees, and I'm pretty far south for most people.
And the sun is above us, and it's above everyone on the other end of the screen.
Yeah.
There's no...
It's above us. And watch the angles that it rises. Go out there with the compass. Know your cardinal directions, and understand that it's rising, north of east, and it's swinging around. It has an angle of declination based on your latitude, and then it'll come around and it's sitting north of west. That doesn't work with the AE model, not at all.
No,
but the Earth is flat. The Earth is
it
flat.
needs to go like, it doesn't go like that.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Yes.
But in a bubble for everybody in their own. We've got all the videos published below. We've done the work. We're going to continue to do the work.
Yeah. We're going to make the work better.
Yeah. If there's time, we do believe that there is an event happening in the skies. Were there any videos the past few days? People have been taking advantage that I've been traveling. I'm kidding. The old Powerland skit, right? Stay tuned for that one. Has there been any? I know that Blue Haven, she did an excellent video. Steve Fletcher putting out stuff. Pentecost is today.
Well, I was just going to ask you.
22nd too. Sorry, or 21st.
I was going to ask you what you think. What day do you think the true Pentecost is, and why?
I'm going to think it's August 8th. But that's only because it's my birthday. And it's also the 80th day after Moses came down from the mount with the tablets.
Mm-hmm.
Not tables, tablets. Right?
Tablets.
But he came down with them. First, he came down 40 days, just like Yahushai. He came back and he spoke with the book of Thomas was written after the crucifixion. There's multiple books that were written after the crucifixion. So he came back and taught them, and it didn't work. We still had to go through the 2,000 years since then, or however long it's been. So the next coming, just like Moses was mirrored again, the 40 days later is August 8th. So that's 80 days past the crucifixion. And it's either that day or the 21st, and if it's neither of those days, we're going to continue to work harder and harder We're not, like I said, if
Yeah.
we're wrong, it's still okay.
Nothing changes. But for those that are following the signs in the heavens that the scriptures tell us to be paying attention to, what happens today, Ronnie?
What's that? Today? Oh, okay, yeah. Today is the beginning of the sweep. So the dragon's tail, the Draco, it's 1/3 of the sky. It sweeps so from the 26th, and that's till the 23rd, when the 23rd of September.
Okay.
It's the 1/3 of the sky. But we know when we do the back date, November 16th, that was when the sign started. And the fulfillment of it is going to be somewhere between now and the 23rd of September. It's incredible. So from this vantage point, we're going to probably be able to hopefully film some of this and show people with the P900. We'll try. I know my camera doesn't really, I did take some shots, but anyone else, if you could take your camera out and get some still photography, time-lapse footage, you're going to see the northern rotation of the sky counterclockwise. So right now, I've been photographing in the north. The dragon is like here, and now it's about to start up, and it's going to sweep. And then September 23rd, it's the 1/3, and then the child that's born from the Virgin, with the clothed with the sun, the moon at her feet, and the 12 stars crowned upon her head, will give birth. And the serpent is going to be, instead of being here where he's been for me for the past 3 months, it's going to be up here. It'll be up in the sky. And so that was written in the Bible. That was written in the book of John. That was written in the Apocrypha of John. That was written in the Apocrypha of like Matthew and Thomas. There's probably 12 scriptures that talk about that exact moment in time, and we're in it.
We're in it.
If we're not, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
I really, with the way things really cracked open in 2017, to be able to get to the point where we could say without a doubt that we are in a simulation. Okay. Be able to show that to people. This is part of our freedom, our being released. It's part of the truth about this reality. And when you know it and understand it, you actually become empowered to be a part of the change. The whole Ubu Nutu or whatever that movement is, like be a part of the change. Well, this is the for real way to do it. And it has to do with coming from true, correct knowledge. Everything that's true is good, regardless of if you like it or not. It's true is good.
It can't be not good.
Yeah,
It's true. Even if it's bad, it's good.
yeah.
It's true. And the other thing too is to bring it up. It was incredible because a year ago there was a lot of push in the flat Earth community that the sky was fake and that the stars were satellites.
Yeah,
They're faking it. Now it makes sense.
Sun simulators, fake stars. So they don't want you to know that, hey, this was written in a book that supposedly our creator wrote, and it's happening. It's not like a Nostradamus. And if it doesn't happen, I could see it being a test just to see who would have said, like Abraham was supposed to offer up his son, right? Yeah, he had to be ready.
And it was not about murder. It was about Yahushua came as the creator to the earth, became a human, dwelt among us in flesh, and he sacrificed himself. He went all the way.
Yeah.
Abraham didn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to. We don't have to. But we will. And so did.
Well, I've seen multiple times recently where I've, like, through the divorce process and not talking to my parents and my brother anymore, there were certain things that I had to show that I was willing to go all the way. and some things had to happen, other things don't. Sometimes just showing the willingness to be willing to go there. Sometimes something breaks open where you didn't have to go through what you thought you might have to go
Take
through.
it to hockey again. You don't have to be the best player, but if you go in and forecheck and work hard, sometimes the puck bounces out in front and there's no one in front of the net. You just score. And the coach is more happy to put in a player that's responsibly defensive that will take that opportunity. You earn. That's
Always working,
yeah.
not slacking.
Even though people will say that the truth, it's not really a job where you're supposed to profit from. It's not a get rich. It should have never been turned into a TV get rich scheme. Fortunately, it has been.
Well, the profit is to share the truth. That when we get, so it snowballs. Our message, Ronnie and Ryan's combined. You join the team now, some 3, the 4th person, the 5th person. So then it starts snowballing, and then through the networking, it spreads and can go viral.
Even though we've had more people, half footers, lukewarmers, not our chat today, not our regular people. We love you. We're so thankful, and you guys all know it. But what is the point of not going all the way? What is the point? And the other thing too is the censorship. It's just 15 watching. We had more. Our very first Beyond Flat Earth, we probably had 35.
Mm-hmm.
Not like it really matters to me because we don't even believe there's more than, hey, ladies and gentlemen, how many people do you think are in the Flat Earth movement? How many channels do you think are making Flat Earth content?
That's a good question. We brought it up in the truck today.
20?
Maybe.
30? Not just parroting and resharing Mark Sargent videos or Eric Dubé. We mean actual people on YouTube.
Making YouTube like Flat Earth
Content. Where they film. That's a key. How many people? We just narrowed it down. Huge amount. Because you have multiple Flat Earth channels that don't do any observational tests at all.
Yeah.
So that's...
So though, it always narrows down into the people that are out photographing the P900 and or long zoom lens camera group.
Oh yeah, or just taking pictures, observing and rendering reality.
Doing the work, doing the legwork.
It is great, Listexic. It's beyond great. It's freeing. The truth is Yahushua, and it is the way to be saved.
Yeah, well, we can also talk about, because I've been knowing that I was in a simulation for a while, some of the strategies that we can employ in our everyday life to make things a lot easier for us and a lot more productive. The truth is extremely empowering. I warn everybody, this knowledge and how to render things in this reality could be used for good and evil. But we are at a time period.
We're in Hawaii, Blue Blood. We're aloha. Oh no, we're not on screen. Or is there a delay? I don't think we are.
I think this is the delay right here.
Oh, so it is filming what we're saying? We're not screen sharing?
We're screen sharing right now.
Okay. But yeah, no, we're in Hawaii. No, we're in Austin.
Austin, Texas. It's hot.
It's hot. It sure is. It's a nice hot though. It's not a humid hot like Canada. We're hoping to find, like I said, take the draw. Just take it. It's time that who's going to come? Who's going to spread the truth? Who's going to stand up for the truth? Is it just me and you and our wonderful Enslaved by Media, Listexic? Is that it?
It appears that way
Nobody's
right now. And there's a bunch of people that really want to silence us. It's not going to happen. This is not an area where I will accept defeat ever.
Oh, we're offering a draw.
I know that I can render, a billboard into existence. I can render a banner into existence. We can do these things and have them be for real, and we can film real footage. We can show the people in the parks,
Look at that.
look at that,
Look up in the sky.
look at,
How a shot.
yeah, and we with a megaphone, look up, like we're not going to mess around. We're going to do it and go full force.
We're not gonna CGI it.
No, it's going to be the real deal. And whatever it costs, if it's $1,000 or $2,000,
And however many hoops.
yeah.
Whether it's 100 phone calls,
Sign on this line and dot this and have this form filled out and this.
cross this T, and
Yeah,
we will do it. And we're not afraid. We're not like, I'm definitely not.
I know how to get things built.
Yeah.
When you've got inspectors and all this kind of stuff, if you want to have a final product that you can get paid for, you have to go through many different challenges and detours, and you have to come up with solutions all the way along the way. But I have a finished product in mind already, and now it's just walking the steps out. And both of us are two people that will walk it out. We will do it.
We got a good comment there. The shadows, they are very similar to projection. The eclipse shadows,
Yeah.
you could probably project that image onto your wall very, very, very easily with a two-dimensional plane with holes in it in the right spot so that it mirrors that image. That is how a projection works.
Yeah, right.
And you can't get that in a physical reality. You have to create the projectable programming, because you can't just have a hologram evolve. You have to literally put the marks where they need to be. So someone put the sun and the moon like that so that it would show these signs. It has to be.
Well, and we haven't even brought up the everything freezing thing yet tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how everything, when Hawashai was born, it all froze, right?
Yeah, everything stops, and this is what we've heard from people that say that they've seen a total solar eclipse before. Is that they say, I've never seen one, but
I've got witnesses that have told me too.
Yeah,
The guy who I got my passport from, he said the planes had to stay above 30,000 feet. They weren't allowed to come down
because everything
and he
freezes.
Said everything stopped, and the wind stops blowing, the birds stopped chirping, people stopped moving, and
if that is not the ultimate simulation realization moment, what is? Hello.
This is more of a fun throwback Wednesday. This is our first ever live. We are projecting and using not thought processes. What's the word? We are visualizing the way we want things to go, and we're going to do it, continue to do it, and it's working.
Yeah, so the two of us together can build this now. That the gap that you have between being on one side of the phone or internet or whatever, now we can sit there and with a whiteboard and talking, like, see each other's, make sure that they're totally getting the image, totally seeing the picture. And so all the strategy, all the planning as to what is it that we want to render, have that be super finely focused, put all of our energy into it, and boom, voila, It just happens. The fact that you are here right now
Is proof of it.
is proof of it.
Yeah, we both put that into rendering. Well, and it's also the morphic resonance, because you'll always find truth with lies. So when you have so the fact that we're both now rendering the same place creates a much stronger ripple effect to
Yeah.
the morphic resonance. Like boom. Before it was like boom boom. Now
Right.
It's got that really more powerful, and we're only going to find out more and more as we go here. Like, there's a good chance that the partial eclipse, that could be, we're going to have to, there'll probably be videos that will be pre-released, pre-recorded,
Yeah.
and not like some of your fake lies channels. They will be truth. We put them out now, but I don't think there has to be a rhythm or a rhyme to what we do.
Yeah. For everybody, start studying and making your plans to be in the path of totality.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, who's coming down? I know you've opened a complete. This place is huge. We got a river to cool off, and because sure, it might be hot wherever you are. If you've never been to Texas, it's beautiful here. It's a really nice country, and there's the river, and there's a lot of land here.
We jump in the river when we get hot.
Well, and the more of us together, I heard Math Powerland saying that he wanted to start this Panama community where he would grow artistically the crops, and then they would eat it was a recycling system that he had.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant idea.
Sure.
We could actually do it. We don't need to go to Panama.
Oh yeah, we can do it here in the United States.
Yeah. And if we have to, that's what our plans are.
Yeah.
To start having what would be what would you call in the Celestine prophecy, they had a place that they went to that was a retreat, or it was like a safe place where people could come and do true studies and true flat earth research and meditate with Christianity.
Well,
that's what I envision.
I've always dreamed of having, I'm sure people are going to tear into this, but like a communal community type setup. Like I dream of being disconnected from the satanic world, where I've done things like prepare a way to live from the fruit trees, from the vegetable crops, from the nuts, from whatever is plentiful in my area, to be able to live from the land and have as little connection to the world as possible. And it would be a simple life. I wouldn't want a fancy house or any of that. It's
about the fire and the river. And
the cooking with friends and supporting each other and having that time and association and recreation and study and fellowship
and making videos and sharing them. And we will have like a situation here where anyone could just jump right in. Maybe you're not as experienced as us, but you have content to share. If we had things like real meetups where people actually connected with truth, we could probably have a limitless outpouring.
Well, we can actually have fun without being like all wasted, messed up.
Drunk,
like,
and
we can actually like throw the football around, throw a frisbee around, horseshoes, all that kind of stuff, and have great food. And these are actually like, and talk about truth and talk, because we're in a simulation. We can render together as rendering buddies. So if you have somebody that shares a common goal, a common interest, that can be your rendering buddy. And so you give your amen, your blessing, your willpower to the manifestation of what this other person wants, and they do it for you. And together you have a rendering buddy. That is how the ideal marriage or relationship would work. But unfortunately, you'll find a lot of marriages where one of the person's dreams and aspirations is heavily stifled.
struggle for dominance.
Yeah,
becomes a competition instead of a communion.
Yeah, so then that person is no longer acting as a rendering buddy and is actually holding you back.
Render blocker.
Yeah, because the person that you would expect to be your rendering buddy is not rendering for you. They're blocking.
And it becomes jealousy, strife, envy, all of the sins, all of them. And that's what we're trying to, like I said, if this is what we have is spiritual, you get to leave all that stuff behind. There's no more shill stoppers and Jeranisms. It's just truth. And we're not going to sit here and talk about low birth points and Neil deGrasse Tyson for 3 days. We're going to be on truth.
We're not going to say 666 and 33 and do like, wear emblems and stuff like that. No, we do nothing to promote any of those things whatsoever. I find them sickening.
You don't defeat. I'm trying to think. You don't defeat someone who beats his wife by beating his wife.
Yeah.
You have to make them see their ways. You can't. We're not going to take down the Illuminati with Illuminati symbolism, right? And that's what some people want to do. And it really begs the question for me to believe how many people in this reality. I could be the crazy one, or I could be the one who's done all the research and wants to find the truth. But I do believe that it's important, and I don't see. We have 15 people here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say 16 people, each and one of us. We're here for a reason. Even if you're on Team Satan and you're still following this program, there's probably a good reason that you're here.
Yeah. Because it's often the same group of people.
Yeah, the same. Well, I don't believe there's more than, like I said, maybe 20 to 100 at the most. 100 would be the most that I'm willing to say are actual flat Earth content creators and commenters. Most of the commenters are fake, or they're people on multiple accounts, like hundreds.
How many people do you think are real in the game?
It's such a hard, not very many. How many people do I think are going to be remembered? Not that many. Because you could have everything in the world, and if you don't believe the creator, he came here and told us this is what you need to believe. If you deny that, it doesn't matter what you do.
He's the creator, and
you're done.
He's laid down the law and said, "This is what I expect."
What and I think the other glorifying thing about that is the fact that we still have free will. He's not here doing the signs and wonders. So if you imagine when Yahushua was walking the earth, people are, oh, look at that sign, look at that wonder.
Mm.
And he instantly rebuked them. He was like, I don't accept you. He didn't accept them because it was like 2 weeks later that they crucified him. So the glorification comes from the fact that me and Jason have never walked with Yahushua in this life that we're in now. But yet we still are, without a doubt, believing in everything that he said.
Well, the truth always, following the path of the truth, that's where you end up.
At the point of totality.
Yeah.
Of the direct path.
That is. That's where you end up.
They tie together really well.
What do you think of that?
That's weird. Like Austin. Just got weirder.
Yep.
Was there anything other videos or anybody else in the chat? I hear you, Cartoon Ball. I like to fish too, but we got a lot of bass up in Canada, buddy. I fished more bass when I was like 8 years old. I was like, all right, I'm done with the bass. I fished for pike, muskie. I like to go ocean fishing. Now that's swordfish.
I want to go Chilean sea bass fishing.
Yeah, there's a
down in Antarctica.
Yeah, only in Antarctica, that non-circular spot on 2 places in the world, the eastern and the western Antarctica, that you can't go across. You have to fly from one to the other. I don't know how people still haven't caught on to that one.
Yeah.
And the oceans. That's another topic. We have so many things that we're going to be sharing. The 24-hour up all day moon. That's supposed to be. You have a 24-hour sun, flat earthers. You got to have a 24-hour up all day moon.
Can you explain the very, very, very simple logic as to why we would have to have a 24-hour moon running?
Yes, the moon follows the sun.
That's it.
It's pretty basic. And I don't know how they. Okay, I'm just going to say this. If I was on Team Satan, I would have every angle covered.
Yeah.
And like, especially if I got the cheat codes. If I got the cheat codes, like if you're like, hey, Roddy, this is what it is. And
They're
I'm like,
lazy.
how could you not do the work? You know what? If
They're lazy. Those deceivers.
They get off on doing nothing and saying,
And
ha!
having it still fly.
Yeah, ha! I double dumbed you.
Mm.
It's so sad.
But it comes back 7 times stronger when they do that, because when the truth comes out,
They look 7 times more dumb.
yeah,
Or
more bad.
I'm a little jet lagged. The vocabulary isn't flowing. And Zeisen. So that word also means a squaredly squared. It's a true way to find a square. You have to square it. You have to be able to do it forwards and backwards, right? Unlike pi or 0. And these are other things that I hope we can. Still, I'd like to see some more math videos.
No, we got August 21st coming up, man. We got. So I really want to get some videos reaching out to the brothers and sisters in Yahushai,
Which is Jesus Christ of Nazareth, for all you.
His real proper name.
Just like Paul and many of the apostles, when they were around other people, they didn't speak the Aramaic dialect or whatever it was that they were speaking. They spoke, they would say Jesus, even though Paul would redundantly say Yahushai. But that's not. It's so strange how they've changed the name from Joshua to Jesus from Yahushai, and it's like that's all the devil has.
Yeah.
Oh, the Bible's not real. Look at that. There's a name change, even though it's still in there that Jesus was with Moses in the desert. Right? We know Jesus wasn't with Moses.
Now it's interesting. We're all able to. We were stuck before when all we had was the printed Bible and we didn't have all the interlinears and all that kind of stuff. We were really at a loss, but now you can see that with all this
online caches.
Yeah, we can go back and do the original root word study in its original language, and we are now doing a better job of translating the Bible than has ever been done before in history. So we're seeing we can do it ourselves now. We can with Google and eSword.
When I went to the upon my studies, when I went to the the Christian store, I said I want the original Hebrew Bible, and I get 10 times over the wrong Bible. So I continued to go and look and seek. And now, like you said, all we have to do is a couple of clicks, and we have a variety of Greek, Hebrew, Aramaic, Paleo-Hebrew, Egyptian, Sanskrit, Iranian, Lebanon. They all have it. Even the Arabic apocryphas.
Yeah.
I figure they slapped the word Arabic. So everyone always says, "Oh, if Jesus was real, how should I?" There would have been tons of books. What happened to him as a child? What happened to him when? There are the infancy gospel, the Arabic infancy gospel of Matthew, I believe it is. Don't quote me on that, but you probably can't quote me on that. Why would they put the name Arabic on it? So are you trying to say that Jesus was Arabic or the Palestinian? There's so just in the title. Mm-hmm. All it has to say is the infancy gospel of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. They couldn't put that. They got to put the word Arabic. But you go and read it. It's powerful. He formed birds and blew on them, and the birds flew away. It's a symbol. It's a foreshadow, like the eclipse is a foreshadow of the sun. It's constantly told. I wish there was more people.
And this is the good stuff, and we're gonna keep doing it. I want to reach out to the Revelation 12 group, people out there that are paying attention to this date. I want to make sure that all of them know that the Bible is true about the earth not moving. Okay.
Fixed, immovable.
Fixed, immovable. So I want to make sure that there is no Bible deniers that are waiting for the rapture. Okay. They should all know and realize that the earth is flat and that there are no true religions here on earth, because there is no religion that is teaching you that the earth is flat like the Bible explains to us. Okay, so it's very important that our brothers and sisters,
the scriptures,
come to accurate knowledge and truth. They can't deny the truth. I don't think that there's any of these Revelation 12 watchers that still believe in evolution.
You can't. It's
okay.
It's anti-scriptures. It's anti-truth.
Yeah, and the same is true about the shape of our earth. You don't want to find yourself in opposition to what the Bible tells you, because it is true, and the globe is a lie. And everybody that's been teaching it, all the academia, all the governments, all the military, all of that is all part of a satanic world.
A dyseugenics program.
Yeah.
It's pretty deep. It's almost to the point now where the rollout with the iPhones and the mark of the beast, and it's gotta be the end times, because I've never seen. They have a way of instantly, instead of what morphic resonance does with truth, how it has those ripple effects, they just hit mass MK and everybody's looking at their cell phone and they're all being programmed. So it's a form of morphic resonance, and it's an evil, twisted one. And it's scary, right? Like, you go to anywhere, drive around town, and any city in the world, on the plane, within the boundaries, not in a dome. That's another thing. We here are looking for provable, verifiable facts. We don't speak anything unless we have 3 or 4 witnesses for them, because we know that we want to stand on the truth. There's no dome. It's never been measured. Never, right?
No dome.
No dome.
No dome.
There's.
And the scriptures don't say that there's a dome.
They speak of an expanse.
Yeah, the firmament. That is one of the things that we were just talking about. If you go back and look at the actual word, rekia, okay, where they have firmament as a definition there, it means a vast expanse. You read the definition.
You can't, if you take 3 examples where the word raka or rakia is used, and you try to fill into the gap what that word would mean. You put the word dome into it, it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And the other way is to the second apocrypha of John. He's seen the ether above the sky. So there is.
Well, and the other thing is in a dome, you would end up having to have a circling sun and moon in order to be able to explain what we see out here, and that's the reason why the Freemason Samuel Rowbotham came up with that popular AE model. He's the one that it's Freemasons that promoted
All
that model, because in a dome, you got to have that circling sun and moon thing, and but we can clearly see that
defies all observations.
Defies all observations.
It's like a fish tank in air.
But they've gotten away with it. I mean, just like they got away with the globe, the popular flat Earth community got away with
slipping that in. They slipped it in. And the ones out here speaking truth, we get lies, ad hominem. That's the other thing I don't understand. If someone speaks the truth and I don't like what they have to say, I don't go and tell them that, you're a yellow-eyed jerk, or you're a coward, or I speak those things to people who are lying.
Mm.
The truth is the truth, regardless of me or Jason.
Mm.
So I just don't understand what the point is. If you try to rebuke somebody or defend a point, you have to have evidence. You can't just say nana nana boo boo. You have to show reasons for what you're saying, and we do, and we want everyone else to.
Well, and I think anybody that sees these hit pieces made against us, you know, anybody with any common sense knows and understands that, okay, there was no substance in that attack whatsoever other than, you know, ad hominem attack.
Shill stoppers, I did speak to a lawyer because he cut my words together and tried to say that I was a rapist.
Yeah, that's
because I was calling out someone for lying about actually being a rapist. But I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, his channel's done. He's done. He's lost all credibility.
Yeah.
He's become a joke. Like
well,
anyone who sees that
is illegal. That is.
Yeah, but we're not gonna. We're offering a draw to those people because I don't see the point in fighting them because that's what they come back with. Where's the proof?
Let's just move forward together in the truth, in what is observable, and study it as a nice, big, large, happy community just looking for the truth. But
we're not just saying Yahushai. We're saying you could call him Jesus, the truth. It has no individual that you can just pin down besides the creator. It's the truth, regardless if it comes from a bum, a kid, an old lady pushing a shopping cart down at the dime store, right?
Yeah.
She's speaking the truth. She's speaking the truth.
The truth. And then it all leads back to the scriptures. So if you're going to stick with the truth, you'll get to a point where you cannot deny that that is the case. Otherwise, you will end up not being for the truth anymore.
Yeah. So it's over. And like I said, people that want to put out videos like Jaren's videos, ever since he started all that, calling me and Lori the Larry, Curly, and Moe, and then me and you were clowns and we're gay lovers. We listen, we're scripture people. Okay, that is them mocking us again with ad hominem attacks. This is not of the truth, right? This is, you can make all your memes and all your pictures, but if you don't have truth, what do you got at the end of your life?
People will see by our works, okay, who we are and what we do. What I ask is that I can see who you are by your works and what you do. Start living and being what you want to be. You have to share the truth. You can't sit on it. You can't hoard it. Not right.
It's true. And we're doing it. I'm an example. I'm in Austin, Texas. I've never been anywhere really in my life, and I'm willing to do it because I am looking for the truth. I will try any path within reason, scripturally based. And we're not saying, again, that if you don't say the name Yahushai, you're not going to be saved. If you believe the Creator came and taught us his way, you could. That's not one of the carnal.
But chances, I don't know why you wouldn't use it, because what it would mean is you would have to have found a reason that that's not the true name, and you would have shown us that evidence. And
you would have done your Abba Gadas.
And if it's true what you're saying, that it's not Yahushai, and you show us the evidence, when we look at it and we go, oh, we missed something.
We're wrong.
We're wrong. It's this. Okay, then we would be saying it the way, you know, you corrected us to say it, and all of us would be saying it correctly together. So
that's what we want.
Until yes,
we want to be corrected if we're
this
wrong.
is the most accurate study that we have been able to do. Ronnie has learned
as a team. We did together. You were the one who put out the Creator's true name.
Yeah,
that was you. You did a great video. I loved it. You know, and we have been able to figure out the actual Sanskrit, little circles and dashes that they first wrote.
Yeah,
how to say the name. There was no periods. There was no.
I learned a lot of Sanskrit during my Eastern religion studies that I did.
It's used all over the world. Hebrew, Chinese, Russian, all their writing still has the same pictographical representations, which is much better. If we could use pictographic words that could have multiple meanings with one symbol, could you imagine? Everything would be just. Did you want, before we go, did you want to play the call from the GLOBEBUSTERZ proof? I don't know how you wanted to end tonight's show.
Oh,
I don't know what you wanted to do.
I don't know. I think maybe,
Or we could just end it.
I think what we'll do is maybe just end it like this tonight. Let everybody know Ronnie just got in this afternoon.
Do this. It's no conspiracy. I wasn't with no Freemasons. Are you Freemason?
I didn't know who the Freemasons were until this whole flat Earth thing came out, and then I was like, okay.
Me neither. we're Christians. We're followers of the truth, and we're doing this live, and we are going to be doing activism, peaceful truth activism, and we want people to join, and we're going to do it regardless.
Yeah.
It's your call. It's your choice, guys. You don't have to believe.
We're going to make a scene, though.
Oh yeah, we're gonna stomp our feet. Austin got weirder today.
Yeah, so we'll figure out our setup better and
put suggestions in the comments below if you have any topics, questions. We are here. This is what we want. We're here to answer. We're here to talk about things, and that's it.
All right, guys. Till next time.
Only
on Beyond Flat Earth.
Live Austin edition. Take care.